Going first. Let me cut the cards.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Bob Dewhurst and everybody else. I think I'm for it. I call your name, but you're not there. Was I to blame?
Yes.
For being unfair?
Yes,
Don't you know I can't sleep at night since you've been gone? I never weep at night. I can't go on.
Oh, go on.
No, I got to go on. Okay, one that'll take you back in time, and it's 1, 2, 3, what are we fighting for? Don't ask me, I don't give a damn. Next stop is Vietnam, and it's 5, 6, 7, oh, that's pearly gates. Well, there ain't no time for wondering why we all gonna die. Oh, come on, mothers throughout the land, pack your boys off to Vietnam. Come on, folks, don't hesitate. Pack them all before it's too late. Be the first one on your block to have the boy come home in a box. And it's 1, 2. I'll stop it.
Anyway, so who's coming up after that? I had to get your attention somehow, and that's how I do it, whether or not people understand me. I'm a confused person, according to my mom.
And you're in charge, too.
And that's a dangerous thing. You know what it's like to have a confused person in charge? We had a president like that for 8 years. 8 years, Mr. George W. WTF Bush. All right, so, all right. Is Mr. Louis Cuneo still in the house? I saw him a moment ago. Is he refreshing himself someplace?
Yes, he is.
Okay, so then we will go to the. Oh, he's here? Louis, do you want to go? You can go on right now if you'd like. Okay, great. I just want to make sure you're comfortable with that, because if you come back in and you're rushing and you feel uncomfortable, I wouldn't want you to feel uncomfortable.
I heard Joel died.
Yes, I'll tell you. Give this man a round of applause. Been in the poetry scene for 40 to 50 years. Photographer, haiku poet of long-standing note and merit. He was responsible for me saying I could write.
That is a funny thing that I have actually achieved to make money from my art. I make about $5,000 a year, enough to.
He survives off his art.
No.
You got to
pay taxes. Pay taxes. So I get deductions. That's more important than money in my pocket.
That's right.
There you go.
So I'm very happy. It took a lot of work, but I did it. All right.
All right.
I'll start off with the haiku. 3. Picking up book and putting it in bag. Man with twisted fingers. Passing sports bar. Dad, no more watching football while pulling him forward. He's so cute. I want him. What's his name? Joey. Morning traffic. Passing gardener on knees, planting a tree. Whispering into her ear as she smiles, couple on bark. Viewing victory at sea in European theater, former Hitler Youth Movement member.
Oh my God.
History title. Article, Fate of Historic Building on Wall. spider's web to it from dark corner of garage. And finally, where's that one? Here. Looking at photo display, woman wearing bifocal glasses with a service dog. And what, I had one more second, sir.
Yeah, you can use this table for stuff, that's fine.
Here. I guess that's it. Thank you very much.
Wait. You have something on there. So you got a couple of minutes here. Don't just cut us off like that. Pardon my French.
All right.
Free, one more.
Squirrel Colony area with none to be seen. Boys yelling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's something that we all have done. Resting feet out of shoes after walking up Telegraph Hill.
Yeah.
And these are the hours I spend behind the photo display. Almost falling asleep in chair behind my display, 4 p.m. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Historic voice here. Just like Lewis said, he's one of the people that, who like my sister, also makes their complete way of life through their art. She's a stage actress and she does that. And she recently retired, and so she is actually, she's made it to that nether world of, I can do what I want. Lewis, this is yours. All right, Dr. Steve Brule. Just checking, because there's a name here and I don't know who put that there. If someone did that, that's a funny joke. Thank you so much.
You also saw Eddie walk in the back.
Yes, I got Eddie right here. Thank you so much. However, that takes us to Mr. Philip Zimmerman. Philip Zimmerman, to the white courtesy microphone, please. Give him a nice round, please. Mr. Zimmerman, our friend and poet of note and comment.
Thank you. The Moon in a Sex Club. You came out of the shadows and breathed on my neck. A gift. Your dark eyes haunt. Your kisses stay. Your haunches loping back into the darkness from which you emerged, cloak in jet eyes and kisses. Your silvery hair moonlit my night. You held me in my shivering and dwelt on my mouth. Your kisses like castles saved me and won me. And I won't forget you. And I will watch for you in every darkness that descends on me like a lover, like poison, like death, like nurturing sleep, like the dream that you are. You there. You have resumed upon the periphery of this air-thin frozen plateau to circumambulate and cast your spell-wrought web of silver hair and smoky eyes. Pale visitation of lankiness, power kisses in antediluvian bloody dark. The cries of the raven advent your arrival. Will your reflection flit across the mirror of my sword? Stare into the cult of eternal blue sky that I am as you embrace this mystery. Disassemble my basaltine mountain fastness. I fall and fall and fall off the high, air-thin, frozen plateau. You, Scott, not a moonlit wraith after all, but still perhaps my unraveling. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Zimmerman. Good job, as always. Eventually. Thank you so much. Now we have the tender mercies of Mr. Garrett Murphy. If he would kindly come forward, please, Garrett Murphy.
Garrett.
Oh, yeah, wait, okay, I just didn't see. There he is. And then we have Greg, then myself, then Yasmin, our mini, before Al, and Eddie. And Eddie will be the clincher, closer, super duper bulldozer, as they say in France. Or Italy, but they don't really talk that well in Italy.
You didn't say Greg.
Yeah, I did. Greg's after him. Huh? Greg's after him. It's okay.
Hey, just have to question.
Start with an older one of the old chestnuts there. Proud eye. Here we go for only the multi-zillionth time ever. We bring you the great discovery of privatization.
Oh yeah.
Yes, privatization. The world's greatest discovery of all time. Better than the wheel. Better than learning to read. Than altruism. Than the discovery of fire. Than the entry into space. And especially and even democracy itself. Privatization enables you to acquire all you can own for your exclusively optional use. Your booty is not just in good hands, it's in your good hands.
Yeah.
So 3 cheers for the ability to privatize, sing praises for the ability to possess, and should others object, well, it is your property. You can toss them out in the slightest of winds, or better yet, not even allow them in the first place. Your private sector, it's yours and yours alone to decide who goes in and who goes out, or not at all. The next best thing to your very own kingdom, and it can be built into almighty an empire. And remember, just remember, Woolworths was also a private domain. This other one is making its debut as right here, actually. It's called Shades of Aaron Neville. When Trump sounds off about folks not named for himself and not conforming to his razor-thin standards of pure Americana, he's simply telling it like it is. When Chris Christie acts like a bully of women and the poor, he is simply telling it like it is. When Rush Limbaugh spews out slurs with impunity, when Fox News flunkies, reality show stars, and law enforcing thugs jeeringly blame the victims of oppression and profiling and soul-murdering criticisms for their own ordeals, they're simply telling it like it is. But when Copernic sounds off, people shriek, "What sacrilege! Such nerves! Silence him! How dare he!" Having the gall to tell it like it is.
That's what I tell you, Garrett Murphy, every time. Thank you, Garrett Murphy. Woo! All right. And now we move right smoothly along into Mr. Greg Pond, the honorable, the notable man about town, bon vivant, raconteur. Raconteur. Is that how you say that?
What is that?
It's
Not a good guy.
It's French and it means be quiet. He's about to start. That's what it means.
I want him to yell at us.
Okay, well you will.
I'm going to read two poems. One for dear friend, actually our dear friend Carlos Ramirez.
Oh yeah, Carlos.
This I wrote for him a few years ago, and it's entitled Pitch Pipe.
Oh yeah.
A pitch pipe sits in silence over marble mantles of fire. A A part of our heart is missing. Our dear friend has expired. As quickly and slowly as a curl of smoke rising on the hottest day, gone on a journey only he can take, knocking on heaven's door, entering the pearly gates. He left a light in our thoughts and minds so we can see to count our blessings and watch the trees grow at night. He appeared to me in a daydream, dancing, dressed in delight, blowing a pitch-pipe tune, white cloud eating ice cream from the bowl of the crescent moon. Our dear friend, we will always hear you humming children's rhymes, singing Langston's blues. Now forever in tune, a pitch-pipe sits in silence over marble mantle's fire. A part of our heart is missing. Our dear friend has expired.
Nice.
And I'm not sure if I read this one before, but I meant it. But it kind of goes, I think, with somewhat with one of Karen's pieces. It's entitled "Refugee."
All right.
Woman, who did you refuse that made you refugee? Rebel lust for your young daughter made you do what any mother might do. You offered yourself instead. Aware that you could no longer protect your nest, you quickly gathered your eggs and left. Woman, what did you refuse to do that made you refugee? The soldier simply said, comply or you'll end up dead. Try to escape and we'll behead without compassion or impunity. You knew you had only one choice left. Run for your life and head due west. Woman, who did you choose to trust that left you in the dust, just another refugee? The soldiers following orders gave you a head start to the border, but made sure you had very little to eat, no shade from the heat, and barely a drop of water. Woman, how much did you lose when you were a refugee? Lucky to buy a ride, overcrowded desperation, unlucky 125. Sailing towards freedom, but destined to capsize. Just a few were rescued, and even fewer survived. Woman, do you have a clue of what you need to do to no longer be refugee? Woman, where do you run when you need to flee? Where do you go when you feel the need to be free? Where do you escape to find a peaceful place that escapes the refugee?
Nice. That's great fun. Now that brings us to me, or you to me, or me to you.
Before you go up, just relative to the two poems, Greg and Karen.
Somebody leave a folder behind?
The UN estimated that by 2050 there'll be about 100 million climate change refugees.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's if we get that far. If we make it that far.
100 million by 2050. There's going to Bangladesh.
20%
All right.
of Afghans women commit suicide.
Oh,
It's an old census.
Yeah.
20% of the women in that country.
All right.
It's the post-traumatic stress of all those victims.
Oh.
Well, since we're throwing out facts,
The number 2 killer of women in the world is men. The number 2 killer of women in the world is men. That they know.
What's number 1?
Cancer.
Wow.
Anyway.
The virus won again.
Well, all right. So this has to do with the theme of outside and inside, or comparing inner and outer. Inlet. I was trying to remember.
Well, you're on tonight.
I am on tonight.
He's right there.
There he is.
All right, so here we go. So these are all short. And this is called A Song of Light. and it was originally written for Malala Yousafzai. Okay. And I actually sent it to her, and she wrote me an email back. It's really cool.
Oh, wow.
But then I made revisions, and she hasn't talked to me since. So, that's true. So it goes like this. Sing of that light, hope and joy, a gleam in her eyes. Sing of a girl who shed blood on their lies. Sing of the girl whose words rang true. Sing of her light and her innocence too. Sing of the girl on a school bus one day. Sing of her sight, seeing the blindness in her way. Sing of that light within the girl's soul. Sing of a girl who would live her life whole. Sing of the light, the soul of one girl. Sing of changes she's made in her world. The song of the soul is both eternal and great. Its light can't be put out, never has been to date.
Oh.
So this is the inner outer thing. This is called wailing, and it used to be called the art of wailing, but people didn't like that title, so now it's just wailing. It comes in sea swells, graceful and slow. It likes to turn and roll gently as it moves through the water in migrations that circulate the oceans, curving with the earth. Their swims cover thousands of miles that even the youngest make just after they're hardly born. Their broad mouths smile with the sea, and their eyes are quiet, pensive, and slow. They echo whistling queries across the broad gray ocean floors, and in turn question the answers in casual conversation. They travel with the wind of the ocean's current and tide, touched by the moon on their backs, water silver radiations of their spines. These creatures are touched more by the moon than we, and their hearts are big enough to sleep in. And just to explain that last one, I was teaching 5th grade, and we found out that a blue whale's heart is as big as the interior space of a blue whale's heart is pretty much the same as the interior space of a 1966 Volkswagen.
Wow.
So we got a 1966 Volkswagen. We saw how many 5th graders we could fit into a Volkswagen, and the best we got was 40. We packed them in. And it took several tries.
How old were the kids?
Sperm whale.
Yeah, sperm whale.
The loudest voice on the planet is the sperm whale.
Thank you.
Can definitely human being.
All right. So this last thing, and again, is the inner outer inlet outlet. And for poets, what words can do. Okay. Why have I chosen the solitude of what I call the invisible life? The miracles of which pass unseen, the evidence of which is strife. Of course, nature has sympathy with my cause and its effect, for the world is ever loving and sublime, or so my hopes expect. I could be wrong. Now, to the ordinary or commonized view, life's road is simple to envision. One manages your simple wants and plots a course of temporal requisition. But mystic eyes see beyond that veil, and so I'm free, not held in its thrall. For in this life I do wax ecstatic whenever my soul is touched by glory withal. Such events are likened to the sun for all their showering warmth of love, and I am wrapped in a fold of considerations I can't truly speak well of. Be curious then, and comb words such as these, and you might seek that place where a love by which your soul may take wing has joy presumed by face. It surpasses all understanding and the varied delights of this redolent world by far. It is found in the pursuit of the Spirit's inspirational mind. It's as bright as any star. It shines fast in the depths of peace, sounds the soul, and holds all life dear. is enamored of all things human and provides us insight, both perfect and clear.
Thank you so much. Inlet outlet, that's not really, it's close to inlet outlet. I tried my best. All right, so, and now we have our mini feature of the evening. Yasmin Mogul, come on out, please. Give her a nice round. She is our mini of the evening. You're going to read from the book, right?
Yeah, of course. That's all I write. That's all I write. Emilia, thank you so much. Emilia, right? That's the right one?
Amalia.
Amalia.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. San Francisco is lucky to have a teacher like you.
Yeah.
So kind. They wish I could.
And I know what you mean. I come here so tired sometimes, and it's so uplifting just to be here. So anyway, from the novel, that's all I write. I don't write anything else. I don't write poetry. I wish I could.
You could.
We all wish we could write novels.
So this is the parallels. It's from the novel. One part is in India and one part is in America. I'm going to read the Indian part first, and then I want to say that I've started writing, and I'm so happy. After 20 years, I've broken through. So it's going to be good. It's going to be good. I promise you. Okay. I feel a numbness flowing through each vein, each artery, painless and feelingless. I think of India, of rice fields, palm trees, boats, nets, waterfalls, monsoons, but nothing gushes. My horizon stretch over an expanse of dry plains. No hills to obstruct my voice, no echo. And the silence chokes me. Only a few scattered cacti to remind me of a dying wind and thorns. I rise from my captivity, awake to mirages. I see water, but recognize its elusiveness. I stand still, not moving enough in my dreams. God I had seen once in the courtyards of fortresses built by the Mughals. God in 1,000 images in the Sheesh Mahals, reflecting from mirrors within baths built for princesses. God in the mosque of Chisti, where Akbar prayed for a son, and Salim, his son, was born to fight a battle against his own father. God in the filigree partitions of marble mosques. God in the jingle of bells and anklets around dancing feet. God I had seen once in filtering light, my head pressed on petals flung on stone coffins. The coffins lie open, and I gape into hollow pits. I stare at the peacock throne from which Shah Jahan held court. But the peasants around the court are human pawns, like the Nach girls who danced across the courtyard, marked as chessboard, to Akbar's biddings. The moves are contrived. The court is a mock. The pageantry is the facade. I think a princess is playing blind man's bluff. Visions of finery, jewelry, silks, brocades, princesses twirling, blind to what is outside palace walls. But the fairy tale princess fly to the white horse of lament, grief, sickness, and disease. It was you who pulled off my blindfold, Merrick, while I was still swirling in the protected world. My love letters erased, the carrier pigeons stoned. My writings replaced by graffiti. In ghetto alleys, I was affected with the same sores you complain of. Now, unable to cure my leprosy, I roam in the shadows of your alleys, covered, sneaking, and huddling. Yet within the solitary confines, a spider spins its web. A thread appears with the sound of a distant sitar, ghazals, music, costumes, languages, incense. As the spider spins, with each thread appears another legacy left to me, till I sit at length revived in the midst of cobwebs of my life, revived by my ancestry. Tonight I want free butterflies in glass jars, ignite a harvest of fireflies. Tonight I want to feel a blaze, to dance to the sound of my bangles, to stand beneath the Golden Gate Bridge and hear the waves against the city of San Francisco. Tonight I want to feel the playfulness of rustling leaves, Indian festivities sprouting as weeds, peacocks spreading their colors over the gap of my separation. Yet this loneliness persists. the chain of monotony unbreakable by the acts of distraction. What is the genesis of this feeling? The ether of life distilling in the flask of silence. No reaction from the chemicals I mix. No resonance to my voice. I think of Van Gogh, crows in the cornfield, loneliness channeled into creativity, colors stuffing the crevices of the canvas.
Thanks.
That's
Thank you so much.
Sounds like fun.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is, I've noticed
I hope
it.
it's poetic prose, so
Yeah.
It's poetry, it's prose with rhythm. I understand, and in Russia they call it white.
wait.
White.
White.
Skin color.
Oh.
Yeah, they do,
Okay.
because I talked to an Ukrainian.
Well, I'm the wrong color then.
And no, it's not about the color, that's their word for it.
That's their word for it.
Yeah, it's called white.
Okay, this, last time I read my writing, I'd started to make the breakthrough, and I felt it was completely wrong. When Omri goes into Merrick's apartment and he tells her he's been drafted, and he tells her all the reasons why he's not going. And I thought it was totally cliche, the way it was going before. So I rewrote this, and I want to show Merrick in a completely different light from what has been told about the black man from a woman's perspective. And I don't know if I'm saying this right, but I don't want to present a black man who's a rapist and a absentee father and and all that kind of stuff. So I'm reversing this whole image now, and this is my rewrite. And this is why Merrick does not want to go into the Vietnam War. So I don't know if this sounds better or not. Please give me the feedback if you feel like. So Omri has followed into the ghetto, and she's gone into Merrick's apartment now. I mean, she's going into Merrick. Merrick opened the door, the shocked face, cold smoke, unclear. He bowed. Now, who be ye to cross Lock Isle, this dark and stormy water? She was swift, pushing past him. Oh, I'm Lord Allen's daughter. He let out a laugh. You're okay. You know this poem, not too many do. One of my favorites. You're okay. I would invite you in, but I see you already made your way up. They drafted me, he said. Who? Don't you know nothing, Omri? Vietnam. He paced the floor, kicking some books on the floor, throwing a pencil at the mirror. Yes, sir, they got me, but I ain't going. Omri sat still, a snake coiled in a basket, too scared. Now, what you doing here? Fierce, his voice. You haven't been in class 3 weeks. I thought you were sick. I silenced her. You got no business worrying about me. You don't even know me. But I do want to know you. Know what? Know the way a black man lives? Know the ghetto? No, you ain't doing that. You got no business here. This ain't your world. Come on, I'll take you home. He held out his hand to her. She faced him directly, defiant, this Parvati ready for Shiva. No, she said, not till you feed me. Another laugh. Already, Miss Chicken Little. All right, Miss Chicken Little. He pointed at the kitchen table. Let's eat some gourmet. He poured molasses over beans. This is how we survived. And my people, she said, they survived on less. His words poured over the molasses, fast, furious words, uncontrollable. That's it. That's precisely it. Ain't going to Vietnam to kill people who live on less. It ain't about white man's war or black man's war. It's about a war on poverty. I ain't going because I belong here. I fought all my life to free myself from this ignorance, this epidemic which has taken over my people. This war is right here, Omri, right here on these streets where I live. This ghetto in North Philadelphia. This is my Vietnam, and I've seen fighting every day of my life, every damn day. He faced her again, daring an interruption. There was none. Omri transfixed in his words, a snake swaying to the beam, a beat so different, unmelodious, a screech. Every day I've been teaching myself words I copied from dictionaries in weak light within bars, taught myself Pushkin, Walt, Thoreau, Keynes, and now Pareto. Do you know how long and hard I fought to keep my butt in school? Yeah, somebody else's birthright and not mine. And now, this Vietnam, he stood up and swayed, shiver dancing. Ain't nobody gonna turn me around, you know that one, turn me around. No sir, I'm not gonna go anywhere, gonna keep on marching, gonna keep on walking. He saw her then, cowering, scared. You don't know what I'm talking about, do you, Omri? It's easy, he said, not waiting for a reply. They need me here. They need me to keep the niggers off the streets. It's a jungle out here. My people are killing themselves, young ones, more homicides than in Vietnam. 1 in 4 killings themselves, killing each other. They need me here to fight this war, right here. We be the very few left to set an example. Don't you see? I ain't no Muhammad Ali. I ain't talking about a white man's war, a black man's war. I'm talking plain and simple truth. It's people like me who can give some hope to the children out of school. That's the only hope, the only hope. No, I ain't going nowhere.
Nice. Thank you. All right. That's what we're talking about. And the novel will be coming out. Mr. Al Nightingale is next. Then we have Eddie. Then Marco Harps. If we can get organized here. We'll take care of these fine, wonderful prizes designed with your mind in mind. There we go.
Your first draft left you right into the second draft.
One term from my new book.
Oh, tilt the microphone up. You have to.
Toast in the Hand. The book will be titled Toast in the Hand, but this poem is out. Taking out on each of your postures in the middle of the terrain, by dear eye propelling a tremble of water, of the grass, asphalt, and asphodel flowers, in the brutality of someone's back. Oh, I don't hesitate anymore. There's another looking around draftsman with a carved triangle. The eyes don't want to see. Someone close to you is chopping and tearing off the glass collection. Do you want me to touch you? But you couldn't hold my hand in the middle of the crowd where everyone has a clear mission. Someone like you, but inevitably with the moved out tie, runs away. He's almost the hero of tragic comedy which was never played. Is it some open wound or void? You'll be dancing for a long time until you break in blood your faces. But on the edge, first, second, put on the edge, first, second, third, and old age is scraped off from the walls of the maze. The pavement is red hot, and it's almost impossible to continue our tango this barefoot. To count on to count on everyone who got out of the train, to remind on bail their staff to home up with the money. I was a caveated, but not for a long time. And then I ran away and pretended to be a bankman.
Thank you. I've been back for a while. Okay, we're at a close amount of time here. So Eddie, why don't you come on up, and then Marco, you're going to be our closer. Come on up, Eddie. Give him a nice round, please. He comes up here. We'll take care of these fries. Yes. Hello, Callahan. Oh, there we go. Thank you for pointing that out and advising me.
I'm not trying to read something that everybody feels like hearing, but this is like about somebody who acts like there's somebody who's not. This is the poem of it. It's called Poor Boy's Blues. He wants to impress the ladies in lifestyle on his own. He appears to sit on top of the world, in debt and life unknown. Living in the fast lane, the pail is made too slow, in a race that he just can't win. A poor boy ought to know. He owes his life to promises, investments placed to duty. In a world of a rich boy's high, he has the poor boy's blues. He'll take the loss, the double cross, to pay for the rich boy's high. Although his reasons for living are not worth much giving, a teardrop and the poor boy should die. We all try to climb that mountain, but just to peek at the other side. It isn't easy, but still we try. In the wind, it can make a poor boy cry. Go ask Bobby, and Bobby would know. Go ask Bobby why the wind should blow. Go ask Bobby, cause he's been in those shoes. Go ask Bobby about the poor boy's blues.
Well, Eddie.
Okay, this one is called You Are No Angel. I love your smile, I love your eyes, and I can see that you've hurt a lot of guys. You take their money, you break their heart, you use your body to think you're smart. I could see this right away. You think I was born yesterday. The rich boys love you, and you play them all cool. You use them, you tease them, and you make them a fool. And right there you're going, the money you get, you're bound to make you rip your sweat. You are no angel, and I'm no saint. You look like an angel, but I know you ain't. You gave it up, years of for dibbies, when you were just a little hoe. But now you're living it up with diamonds and rubies, and the rich ones are feeding you snow. What are you doing? How again? Never forget me, cause I broke you in. You are no angel, and I'm no saint. You say you're a virgin, but I know you ain't.
Thank you so much. You gotta have Marco. We have Marco. We got Come on up, Marco. I'm sorry, Eddie, we're getting close to time there. Marco, where are you? What'd you say? Okay. Oh, that's.
Thank you so much, Justin. Just nice. Just nice. No wonder.
Did I guess?
Oh, you're lovely.
I guess. Okay.
Make sure the plug is in. It might not be.
Make sure the plug is in. That's
Unless
what
the
I
microphone's
won't
not
say
on.
that's what she said. I shan't say that.
No, I'm not saying that.
This is sacred grounds after all.
I'm not going to.
Plug is in.
Okay, just want to make sure.
Doctor's out.
All right, you gotta go. You're on.
I'm on.
Yeah.
I'm on something, but on my own 2 feet. That's what the flying. What? I'm making a spectacle of myself once again.
Oh.
Come on, what do you want for nothing? Come on, kids.
I want eggs in my beer.
Grow up or show up.
gotta get the symbols.
There's no much choice. Mutiny Radio, Archival Anarchy. Oh where are all the lost shows? Oh where are all the lost show archives? And the static was automatic, not so steady, edgy, erratic. Like the staccato and vibrato on my heart when I hit it, but just won't quit it hard and sharp. Oh where are my underwear? Indeed are all those lost show archives.
Thank you.
Lost in the underwear of some invaded interns, faded, jaded jeans. How hard is it to lasso an issue of an old Mutiny Radio show? Let alone a pirate cat photostat, let alone an audio tone zone A, space cadets, no regrets, the FCC never forgets, neither do elephants or ignorance, and my poetic license never expires. Who hires the homeless in this non-PRO PHET. And the same can be said, unfortunately, for this fine establishment. And the setup that Mr. Roly-Poly set up with all the cameras. Ladies and gentlemen, I present my case, and then I'm going to get out of your face. Why was the tomato blushing? Because it saw the salad dressing. Little birdies up in the trees, teaching me brand new melodies. Thank you, Blaine.
Hey, Michael Hart.
Thank you.
As they say in France, thank him very
It's
much.
a free country. Who needs money in a free country? Me and my landlady. That's right. Only us, folks. Only us. Not you. So give it up and let me lighten your load. I'm going to hit the road.
On the giant toad. All right, so what I'm going to do right now is have someone who's in proximation to me shuffle those cards, please, if you would be so kind. Because if you signed in and we're on the open mic, your name is next to a number.
Little lady gave me this hat. I put all the accoutrement on it.
And so she's shuffling the cards. I will pick them, and you'll come up to take one of these fine grifts. Harlan Ellison's The Glass Teeth, 6 Feet of the Country, Poetry, and then this fine piece of artwork, Poetry by Victor Zimmerman, donated over there. Beautiful. And then, of course, take this, because that's the announcement. Take one of those. And then, of course, there's the keynote, the mini, which you saw Yasmin doing. Huh? Thank you. So let us then proceed apace. Thank you so much. The first winner of the evening, the first winner. Ahem. Yasmin Mogul, you are the first winner of the evening. Yasmin, come on up here, please. Take whichever one you might
I'd like
like.
to take the keynote. I want to read.
Okay, keynote
is when
for
you read
Yasmin.
somebody else, right?
Yes, when you read somebody else's. Yasmin as the keynote. Oh, that's me. I can't do that. Alicia, you are the next winner of the evening. Any one of these fine prizes are yours. If you come back, you can do one of these. You can choose next week's theme, or if you want to take that, that's good. That's a good book.
Is it? It's like kind of that one or the, okay.
There you go. Thank you. Woohoo! Owen Dunkel. Owen Dunkel is next. The next winner is Owen Dunkel. The next winner. Owen Dunkel coming up to choose what he might like. And he goes for poetry, as do we mostly here. Garrett Murphy. Murphy. Woohoo! Garrett Murphy.
And Garrett.
So you have this, or one of these three things. Like you can choose next week's theme, or if you're going to come back next week, you can choose one of those. But these are the three books. And also, I guess you know about this.
Yeah.
Okay, he goes for poetry. Al Nightingale. Al Nightingale, are you still in the house? Did you party? Okay. No, don't do that, dear. And my cue is not here. I know that. Mahito. Ding, 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 ding.
I have cigars for anyone who wants one.
So you have.
I'm going to choose the theme next week and
Yes.
kindergarten.
Kindergarten?
Yeah.
Okay, the theme next week, ladies and gentlemen, kindergarten. Kindergarten. Thank you. Yeah, we could. Richard Sanderell, you're the next prize person. You have the last word or the mini.
What, the mini?
Way to go, bro.
Oh, no, I don't want to.
Oh, come on,
Give me the poster.
Oh, it's a broadside, please, and have
Have the man sign.
Where is he?
Is the Zimmerman still here?
Zimmerman's still here, yeah. All right. Amalia. She's a winner.
She's here.
She's here. Okay.
Who did that?
David, would you like the mini future, the last word?
Yeah, I would.
Well,
Let me see what the book is.
okay.
I've read that. Excellent. Oh, okay, right here. I really want to do the theme, but it's gone.
You know, you could do a keynote kind of thing as part of your mini.